Hi everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you once again from this time downtown Manila. And guys, I've got an awesome guest on today. I think you'll find very, very interesting, and it'll certainly be a help to a lot of you on the show here. Um, Guys, if you want your 15 minutes of fame, why not come along? Think about it. A TV commercial would set you back a mere $30,000, and maybe no one will even see it. What about 10 radio spots? You're probably looking between 3 and 5 grand, depending on where you are. You can come on 15 minutes of fame totally free, and we'll put you across 14 different platforms, totally free of charge, particularly with YouTube, with all your social media links, and people can reach out to you and you'll pick up some more clients than what you've already got. So it's a pretty good offer. My guest today is from my home country, where I haven't been back for 13 years and have no intention of ever going back. Her name is Alison Wheeler. And Alison is director of Alison Wheeler Coaching, business coaching and consulting. Been in the industry for a long, long time, so knows a lot, and still like me, still learning. She's been doing this for 14 years, and she helps highly motivated business owners increase their revenue and decrease their overwhelm. Isn't that important, guys? They're opposite ends of a spectrum, but they're both equally important. Right, key achievements: helping a business increase its revenue by 1 million in just 90 days. So guys, that's quite an achievement. So if you want to find out how Alison's done that, reach out, have a chat. Virtual cup of coffee costs you nothing, guys, and you might learn something. Interesting fact about herself: she's a pro athlete for Ms. Fitness Australia, and her personal motto philosophy: focus on how you can win, not how you can fail. There's always a solution, and there is, guys, a solution to every problem. So it's my great pleasure to welcome this afternoon Alison Wheeler, all the way from the Gold Coast. How are you, Alison?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much, Jeff, and thanks for having me on.
No problem. It's our pleasure. We would like to have stars on our show. Tell us, let's start about your journey. How'd you start this journey of yours, and what inspired you to pursue your current career path? What was the beginning of all this?
Yeah, look, the very beginning, I started my background. I'm an occupational therapist by profession, and I worked within a lot of businesses, helping them I worked in vocational rehab, so helping them prevent injuries, getting people back to work, working on culture, and in that area. So you see a lot of what causes problems within a workplace and how a good workplace culture can mean that a business is so much more productive in
Mhm.
so many ways
Yeah,
for everybody. So
yeah,
that's kind of where it started and then evolved further and further into coaching. My husband started a network marketing business, which I took over, built to 7 figures. And then through that, you're coaching all of the time, coaching startup businesses, people starting a business from scratch over and over and over again, successfully coached people within that to $50,000 months, $100,000 months. And then after the pandemic, we couldn't really run that business how I wanted to due to not being able to run events. But it was really a realization that I'd grown out of that anyway. It was time for a change. One of my biggest values is growth. So then it was time to start again and push the
pivot.
reset
Yep,
button and
yep.
pivot. So I pivoted again and went back to rebuilding my coaching business again from scratch, which is what I've been doing for the last couple of years since that pivot. And that is how we are here today. And I'm also aligned as a 10x business coach with 𝐌𝐢𝐬 as well. One of the only, well, there's two of us that are elite 10x business coaches here in Australasia.
Awesome.
And I am one of them.
Awesome. What a great result. And a good man too. I like following Grant. He's a smart boy. What's been your most challenging aspect of your work, and how have you overcome that?
Look, I think challenging aspect. Interesting question.
Yeah, I know.
I,
I know all about it.
and I'm like, it's good because I work with such an array of clients, so that we could
Yes,
look at from the challenge of growing my own business,
sure.
challenges within that do, but then there's all. So I work with such an array of clients that have so many different challenges, and it's been able to be there through the thick and thin and hold people to account for their goals.
That's
It's
right.
very easy these days, I think, for people to get so distracted away from the target and the
Definitely.
goal, bright shiny-itis, right? Like, or
That's me.
some or get hung up on a loss, right? So the two things I think people suffer from as entrepreneurs, and the challenge I have of refocusing people, refocus back on the target. What's the target? What's the goal?
And by
Because
when, yeah,
they've either got bright shiny-itis or something's happened. There's some sort of loss that's occurred and they've got stuck there. So moving them through that to refocus and have that accountability piece is always challenging. I love that challenge though. That's the part of the challenge that I really do love. And continuing to upskill myself to be able to stay at the forefront of what's happening out there, or different ways that
sure. You can improve them.
I can help. Yeah,
Yeah,
that I can improve. If I'm not improving, I can't expect them to either.
that's right. Yeah, agreed. It's all about systems, guys. Systems will set you free. And someone like Alison here can help you to develop your systems. Everyone's got a different system, but you can have a system for your business, and it just comes back to systems and following it. And remember, Alison and myself as well, we're not here to run your business for you. We're here to keep you accountable and help you keep growing. I get so many of you out there, guys. You want me to come and run your business? Well, if you're going to do that, I might as well take over the show, and you might as well go and lay on the beach, and I'll take all the money. But as Alison will tell you, sometimes it can be difficult when the client doesn't open up and tell you all the real facts and work with you and do the work. We can't do the work for you, guys. You've got to do that. You've got to do something yourself. We can only guide you. Tell us an important moment in your career that changed the direction in which you were heading, Alison. Where did this all come about?
Look, they would have been, as I alluded to earlier, the pandemic was probably the biggest
Sure, big shift.
biggest pivoting moment. One, set me on my bum and slowed me down, which generally I don't do. So it was at one of those moments. It's like, oh dear, what? Well, it's probably a few more expletives than that, but oh dear, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
Now, at the time, I was probably not all that happy about that, but in hindsight, it was a great thing because I had to reevaluate. It made me sit back and go and reevaluate my own goals, my own values, where I was going, what did I want,
And how would you
which
get
was
there?
great. I hadn't done that for years, right? And exactly, I'd built a lot of success, but was that true for what I wanted moving forward? And was that vehicle going to get me towards the goal? And I say to myself, and I also say to my clients, tether yourself to the goal, not the vehicle, because you might have to change the vehicle. And if your identity's stuck in the vehicle, you're going to have a real hard time pivoting. So it was not easy to move out of something that I had built a lot of success in, but it was time. It was time
Sure.
to do something different. It wasn't going to get me to the next level. So, I really did have to jump without much of a plan either, because it was becoming a toxic environment as well. So it was time to get out and kind of jump
hmm
and build the parachute on the way down, which
I love it.
for the people that know me would not be how I would usually kind of at
Sure.
least try and have some work first, but
Yes.
it's work, trusting in yourself. Like, it really proves to me, you just got to trust in yourself,
That's a big one.
trust in your own
That's
decision.
that's a big one.
It's
Guys,
huge. It's
yeah.
huge.
Guys, I've had 5 multi-million-dollar businesses. I'm here to tell you, I left school at 14. I got no idea what a balance sheet is. I got no idea what I'm doing with I don't even plan sometimes. My secret of my success, I tell people, is this: do lots of stuff and be right more than you're wrong. But have a go. Just get out there and, just try. And then if it doesn't work, pivot and try something different. That's all about trying, guys, and turning up. In your opinion, what are the key qualities and skills you believe have contributed to your success?
Persistence, consistency,
Determination, yeah,
determination, yeah, and then having a clear vision as well,
that
at
helps a
least of what
lot.
the goal is
Yeah,
necessary, not the steps, because I think the steps unfold themselves as you keep moving forward.
yeah.
And confront and courage, a willingness to, just take action. Sometimes I sit there dumbfounded when it's like, well, you need to take action.
You're
Oh, but
correct.
this and
Yeah.
but. I'm like, in all of that time, you could have done a lot, right? So, so that would be the other side. Not that I don't, like, I'm not like everybody. You have moments, right, where you
Sure.
have your own little party or you don't take enough action. But
Yep,
if more of the time, it's like the 80-20 rule. If 80% of the time you are taking more action than most
that's right.
people, then you're going to be going pretty good. And if 20% of the time you're off track, okay, no worries. The
Yeah,
80% of the time makes
yeah.
up for it.
I tell people, guys, you've got to have rain to see rainbows. So, don't worry about it. Move on. But your lowest point, there's only one direction. It's up. So, get up, get going, guys. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field, Alison? What's part of your secret?
Uh, well, I think as a coach, you need a coach. So I have great coaches and mentors.
Fantastic. Good
Grant,
idea.
Granted, one of my coaches and mentors, which means I have a heck of a long runway to go to get anywhere near where he is. So that's awesome.
Absolutely. Nor do you want
So
it. You're
that
on your own journey, right?
exactly. And then also, for me, I have things in my life that are super important to me, and I make sure that have them in my life every day. Movement, exercise, hugely important. Get enough sleep, drink enough water. Seem like
Yep.
basics, but man, they make a big difference.
Common
And my
sense.
family, yeah, common sense. My family's hugely important to me. So if I'm not making time for them, then eventually that becomes a big problem because I'm out ethics for myself, right? So that's how I keep myself on the straight and narrow. Is if it's important to me, it needs to be in my life. If it's not important to me, I get it out.
Fair enough. I call it the three Fs. That's not the three Fs you're thinking about, guys. It's family, friends, and more importantly, freedom. And you can achieve all of that, guys, if you're prepared to work for it. Family, friends, and freedom. Think about it. Why wouldn't you spend 1 or 2 years building up yourself in a business rather than working 40 years for somebody else? You know, not hard, guys. Can you tell us a recent project or achievement that you're particularly proud of, Alison?
Yeah, you mentioned it at the top of when we started talking. So
Yep.
recently worked with a company or a business and over in the States, and we helped them achieve, well, I helped them achieve in that time increase of $1 million in revenue in 90 days, which is
Awesome.
no mean feat for them or myself. It was amazing experience, and they just were just so incredible. It was so much fun.
Obviously, they did what you told them and worked with you. Makes a big difference, doesn't
They
it?
definitely were. It makes a big difference. They didn't resist. They just did what it needed to. That was
That's
their
right.
goal. That was what they wanted to achieve. So they just implemented, course corrected, implemented again. And yeah, so it was just a great journey for everyone.
Yeah, sometimes, Alison, you'd agree. Because we're outside looking at the forest and we're not too close to it. People are too close to it. They just don't see the opportunities sometimes. And just that's just
Agreed.
so you got to pull them back a bit. Recently, I had a chappie ring me from America, funny enough, and said, "I've heard about you, Jeff. You're supposed to be awesome. I want to hire 10 telemarketers to ring dentists all over USA." I said, "I can't help you." I said, "Why?" I said, "Imagine a dentist. He's got his toothbrush down someone's mouth. He's got his gloves on, and everything else. Ring, ring. Hello, this is a sales call. Come on. The guy's not interested in hearing your sales call. He's at work. You got to get him a different direction, a different way." So I said, when you're ready, come back to me and I'll show you what the proper way is. What advice would you give someone who wants to aspire to be in your footsteps, for example? What would you tell them about?
I would say again, if they're wanting to become a coach or that they're
Yeah.
wanting to go down the path, go get some rungs on the board in your life.
Mhm.
Step number one, because you need to have some sort of proven trajectory for yourself. And then I would
Yes.
align with people who know what they are talking about so that you can learn, right? Learn from some of the best. Model,
Yeah, that's right.
mimic, master.
Yeah,
Who
that's
the
right.
heck is doing what you want to do? Go find them, go see, go in depthly look. And I would also say go deep with a few people, not wide, and
Good
learn from a
advice. Yeah,
million people.
yeah. And you can learn
Um,
from everybody,
because you can have
guys.
You can, but if you have too many masters or you're chasing too many rabbits, you actually starve. So at the
Yeah,
same time, you have to condense that down to choose a few
yeah.
that you are going to predominantly follow and go deep into that,
Hmm.
and master that.
Yeah, that's right. Master a certain skill, like be it even something as simple as email marketing, guys. Once you master that, that's an awesome skill to have, right? And you can get a huge return on email marketing, as an example. A lot of people don't do it, and they don't do it well. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future, Alison?
For me is to, like I said, I pivoted, so I built my business back up to a multi-million dollar business. And also, though, from a 10x perspective, is to blow 10x down under, blow it up down under, and help as many businesses throughout Australia and New Zealand 10x their business and take on some of the 10x business life and philosophy.
Awesome. Tell me, are you doing any live events these days?
Mostly webinars at the moment. I do have a couple of speaking engagements that are coming up next year.
Yep.
And then we will look to start to run some live events at the end of next year.
Yeah, webinars are awesome. They are good. They're good. They're good value webinars, good ones, that is. Tell us, how can our listeners or people watching this reach out and find out more about you and get some of your insights into business, please?
Absolutely. My socials would be the easiest, or they can, if they wanted to book into chat, they can jump on my website and book in. So my website is thealisonwheeler.com, or my social handle is at @𝐻𝐢𝐭𝐡.
Right, lovely. And before we wrap it up, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
Fun fact about myself that people do not know.
I'm sure there's plenty.
I'm sure there's plenty. I have most of my family, well, all of my family do not live in Australia, so I'm a Kiwi.
Interesting.
They all live in New Zealand.
Right.
And I live in Australia. And most people probably don't know that I have twin sisters who are 4 years older than me. And I was the little sister that would pester them and follow them around. And I would constantly say, they give me a hard time now. They say, you would always say, girls, wait for me, because I would always be chasing them to catch up. So fun fact that people have no idea about me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Alison, you've been an awesome guest. Thank you very much for being on the show today. And guys, if you'd like your 15 minutes of fame, why not reach out? And next month, we're doing 15 minutes of fame's almost full for this month. Next month, we're going back to Stars on Spotlight. We're going to do that for 3 weeks pre-Christmas. There's only 4 weeks to go. And so if you want to become on the show and be a star, we'd love to have you. And then you'll be be able to put your information out there, just like Alison. Everyone's got a story, guys, and just like Alison, you'll be able to come on and tell your story. Any last words, Alison?
Look, I absolutely appreciate your time, Jeff, and encourage anyone else to jump on and do their 15 minutes of fame. Great
That's
idea.
the one. Thanks very much for that.